Hello everyone. The Black Friday sale is currently going on my website. So if you're interested in any of my commercial Houdini trainings, it's 30% off on everything till 1st of December. This includes my latest training, which is like Flippy Murder Season 2. So yeah, the link is given below in the description and the code is Friday. Okay. And Houdini 20 got released. So there's a whole bunch of new stuff that they added into materialX and Karma. So in this lesson, we'll take a look at the new 2D textures that got added in materialX. And they work in both CPU and XPU mode. So we'll use XPU. Okay, so this is like an example of what you can do with them. So I'll just make a new file and we'll just work in that. Okay, so this is my new file. So I just have a simple shader ball and like a background, and I added like an HDR. So nothing particularly complex. Okay, so let me just turn on XPU once and get this thing started. So I'm just going to take the dome light and kind of rotate it a bit. So depending on like what devices you have, so if you have like multiple graphics cards, I think currently it only supports NVIDIA, it doesn't support AMD. So you'll get to see like, if you have like two graphics cards, you'll see like two optics nodes, and then your CPU will show up as Embry. And make sure you have the latest NVIDIA drivers installed, because otherwise the graphics cards don't get activated. Okay, so that's something that you should remember. All right, so I'll just jump in here. And that's my shader. Now something new that they have done, which is actually quite interesting, is that now when you make the shader, so if you just come in here and come to Karma, you'll get something called Karma Material Builder. And inside that, there is something new called Material Properties. Okay, so what Material Properties does is it allows you to do like shader level control for, like light bounces and sampling and stuff. So just to give you like a very simple idea, like if I come into this and let's say if you make glass, okay, so I'll just make this 0 and I'll come into transmission, I'll come into specular and like, lower the roughness, and I'll come into transmission and make it 1. Now you'll see like it's pretty dark. So now, like previously what had to be done was that you go into Karma itself, like you go into the render node, and then you sort of come into limits and you have to increase this, but this will increase for everything. So you don't like, that is not a bad thing, but if it becomes inefficient, right? Like if you have some solid objects and that can get away with maybe like 2 reflection bounces, then why have 8? So what you can do now is you can just come into the material itself, and in the material properties, if you come to limits, you'll see like it has everything here. So if I just come to like reflection limit and refraction limit, and then I can just make this, and let's say I take this up to 8. Okay, see, so you can see like the changes in the reflection. And then if I take the refraction and make it 8 as well, see, there you go. Okay, so you can make these changes right in here without having to do it at, like global level. Okay, so that makes life much better. Okay, it'll in the long run, it'll speed up your render time as well. So that applies to everything. You can do like volume limit, you can do like subsurface limit, all of it. Since we are talking about transmission, this is very close to the Arnold shader, but the two things that are now supported is you have depth, which is absorption, and you have dispersion. Okay, so those two things are supported. Scatter, anisotropy, and this extra roughness are not implemented as yet. Like you can see when you hover the mouse over it, will show like not implemented. So with depth, you can just like, if let's say I just give it some color, and then I can actually just increase the depth. See, so you can actually, like have it fade out. Or if I make it like really, really small, like let's say 0.02, see, so you can, kind of do stuff like that. So it's much better for doing liquids and things like those. And also like you can finally add dispersion, so which is good. So if I just take dispersion and add that, see. So speed wise, I don't know how slow or fast it is. If you have like Redshift or something, you can compare to that. The only advantage Karma has is that it's inbuilt. So that's a nice thing. And I do like the look of it. Like it's not too slow, even though like right now for like some volume stuff, it does get a little slow. Like if you're doing like multiple bounces and stuff like that. But the look of it I really like. I'll do another video on rendering clouds and stuff, but yeah, overall it's a nice looking thing. The other nice thing that they have added, and I am sort of digressing from, like, I'm supposed to be covering 2D shaders and not all of this, but something new that they have done which wasn't there before is that now when you come into image output and add a denoiser, it doesn't restart the render. Okay, like previously it would restart the render. So now you can actually, like, you can switch to whatever denoiser you want and it won't restart. So it makes life, much easier. Like, you don't have to worry about that. Also, you have inbuilt tone mapping now. So you can come in here and you can do like Reinhardt, or you can do Aces. See, so you can actually get like, tone mapping, which is pretty cool. You can do like Unreal. So, and it doesn't restart the render. When you make these changes, it won't restart the render. So that's a pretty good thing to have. I'm hoping they add like more stuff here, like what Octane has, or even Redshift. Like you could have like, saturation and white point and, bloom and glare would be very nice if they added that. But anyway, so this is nice. We don't need the denoiser right now. Okay, so I'm just going to turn that off. Let's keep this to no tone mapping. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, or let's keep it to Aces. I don't know. Yeah, whatever. Okay, so let's come back here and I'm going to just reset this. So let's go back to like 2 and 2 because it doesn't really matter. Like, we're not doing anything with this. And I'm going to take this and get this back to 0 and get this to 1. Okay, so they've added a bunch of stuff now, okay, which is like if I press tab and come to materialX, and you have 3D textures are more or less the same except for this random color stuff that's been added, and unified noise, which is kind of okay. We'll cover that. But in the 2D textures, they have a lot of stuff. Okay, now some of this works and then some of this is pretty weird. Okay, so what do you want to look for? Starting from top, right? Like let's go with checkerboard. Now they have like, now some of them have like inbuilt stuff. So you have like UV tiling and UV offset. So you can just directly connect this and it will work. Okay, so it also has like a color value inbuilt. So I can just directly plug this into base color and it'll just pick up. So you don't need to, like what you were doing previously, like having the texture node, the texture coordinates node and the add, multiply and all of that. You don't need to do that anymore. So this makes, things a little easier. But if you want to, because like, let's say if you want to connect it into like multiple things and have all of them control, then it's good to have that node tree. Okay, so just to sort of, I'll just bring that in. So it makes my life a little easier. So I can just take in like, because there's one thing missing, that you don't have any rotation. So if you want to rotate it, you will need this anyway. So I can just take an add and a multiply, just, make this and drag it to your shelf so that, you don't have to do this again. And rotate. Yeah, so take a rotate 2D and then just plug in everything. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And this goes into texture coordinates. Okay, so we can then control it from like here as well. Like I can just come in here to multiply. Multiply is your tiling, so you can just do tiling over here. Okay, and then we can rotate it. So if I make this like 45, then, you can do stuff like this. Oh, that looks nice. And if you want, you can do color from here, but you can also do, like there is a new, if you type in ramp, there is a new ramp constant, which is, pretty nice because it's like a single, like previously you had like a color ramp and you have like color ramp cubic and, like a whole bunch of stuff. Now all of it is in like one place. So it's nice. So I can just plug this in and plug that out over there. And then let's say if I just set this to, I don't know, let's do two-tone. Yeah, so you'll get stuff like this. Okay. Of course, you can't blur this. There is actually a blur node, but it's not implemented. So it's kind of like, there are things that are there and you wish they were implemented, but they're not. So it just makes life a little irritating. Like if you type in blur, you'll get a blur node. Okay, but it doesn't work. It doesn't do anything. Like if you click here on the help, it actually just shows you that this is, it's not supported. Like, yeah, see, not supported by Karma, also not supported by materialX code gen. I have no idea what that means, so it's not supported. Anyways, But it would be nice if you could blur this, like, so I hope with the next version they could add that. Okay, so that's basic checkerboard. Then this is going to be a little boring, but I just wanted to go through all of them so you can just see what's there. The circle node is just, it makes one circle. So what you want to do instead is you want to use either circles 2D or you want to use tiled circles. They're more or less the same, but circles 2D is better. It has more options. And then you get like tiled circles, which is smaller. Okay, so make sure, just use circles 2D. So circles 2D is actually pretty good. Like you get like a lot of stuff here. So you get texture coordinates and then I can just drop that in there. See, so this actually has like inbuilt, so we'll just, okay, so what you get is actually pretty cool. Like let's make this a little bit bigger. Let's do like 5 by 5. Okay, so you can do circle size, which is nice, so you can go like pretty high with this. And you can also do inner scale, which is, so you can actually get like hollow circles like this, which is pretty nice. See, so you can just do like rings like that if you want. And you also have an option for row shift. So if I make that 0, okay, so you can actually like shift the rows. Is it doing anything? I have no idea. Okay, screw it. So you can also like, you can do midpoint, which will move them around. So you can do stuff like that, which is actually pretty cool. So if I like increase it, so you can get, patterns like these. Am I rotating this? Yeah, I'm rotating this. Yeah, there you go. Ooh, this is nice. See, so you can do stuff like this. Okay. You can go over one if you want to. So you can sort of like overlap them. So you can get like, nice fancy stuff like this. You can also randomize value. Okay, so what it's doing is, because this had multiple colors, it's now picking up, like all those colors. And just sort of squeeze this in, so you can, like, some of them will disappear completely. So just make sure you go like really close. See, so then everything will show up. But there you go. So you can do like, nice little patterns with this. And you can also do like randomize scale. I hope these options were there in like every node, but they're not. So you don't have randomized value in all of them, and you don't have randomized scale in all of them. Okay, you can also do seed. So seed will, like randomize this. So this is nice. Yeah, okay. So this is circles. Circles is actually quite nice. Circles gives you a lot of stuff. Okay. Let me just get rid of this. Okay, then you get something similar to this. You get tiled hexagons, which are also nice. So it's good for doing like, you want to do like one of those sci-fi shield patterns, then it's good for that. Like you can just plug that out and see, there you go. Okay, so if I make it like say 4 by 4, see, you get this. You can also do it staggered. So if you make it staggered, then it gives you like a proper honeycomb pattern. So you can kind of like make it thin enough. Where are you? There you go. Hold on. See, so you can do like a proper, like a honeycomb pattern. You can also plug this into bump mapping. So you don't have bump mapping in this. You have like normal maps. So what you want to do is you do it like a height to normal. We'll plug this in, and then you do like normal map and plug that over there, and this goes into normals. And it takes a few seconds. Like you can, I don't know if you can read that, but it says like compile over there. See, so I think you can see it now. Yeah. Okay, so give it a few seconds for, like the CPU will keep going, but the GPU takes some time to kick off. Okay, can we see it? Is there a bump map working in there? Yeah, there you go. Okay, hold on a second. Let's just disconnect this so we can see it. Every time you connect a new map, it slows down, but there you go. Yeah. We can also connect this into a displacement, so that's also perfectly doable. Let's get this to 0.01, and I'm just going to take this. If you want to get like, it's currently a color output. So what you can do is you can just take what was float to vector and vector to float in this is called separate and combine. Okay, so we'll just say separate color 3. Or since it's only black and white, you can take a luminance, even that will work. But the luminance output is also color, so it's kind of pointless. So you'll need a separate, okay? And then just take any one of them and plug it into displacement and give it a few seconds, and it will actually displace the whole thing. Yeah, let's give it a few seconds. Okay, so you get like an actual displacement. If you want to improve the quality of this, what is coming up? I have no idea what's coming up. This is weird. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. The right thing is, hold on a second. Let's just take the dome light and kind of, can we rotate this? Yeah, if you want to improve the quality, you come into, let me just check if it's there in the material properties. Shading, and does shading have dicing? Nope. Okay, so we'll have to do this outside. Okay, just come in here, come to karma and rendering, geometry, shading, dicing, and you'll have to increase the dicing quality. Let's take it up to 3 and that will improve it for us. It'll take a few seconds because it has to, like, you know, do its thing now. There you go. See, so better displacement. It's pretty fast overall. Sadly, the curvature map still does not work at GPU levels, so that's a problem. But yeah, anyways, so we can do this stuff. Okay, so let's get rid of that because it'll just slow things down unnecessarily. So yeah, let's plug this back in. There you go. Okay, so we're good. You can also do interesting things with this. Like, let's say if you want to sort of make something a little more fancy. So let's say I'll just turn this off and we have this guy. Okay, and then I can just take the circles that we have. Let's get rid of this. And let's take a multiply. And, you know, like, let's multiply these two and put that in. Let's see what we get. Let's do an add. Oh yeah, we need to match this. Yeah, okay, hold on a second. So this should also be 4 and 4. That's where the problem was coming from. Okay, yeah, let's check the multiply now. Okay, hold on a second. Yeah, there you go. See, so you can do, like, you know, interesting stuff with this. So you can sort of mix and match these things together to, you know, do something that you want. Yeah, multiply is better. Don't do the add thing in there. And then we can also, like, if I move this up, so you can do, like, you know, weird stuff like this. See, so you can, you know, do interesting stuff. So yeah, so you can mix and match and, you know, create more, you know, things than what just the basic patterns will allow you to do. Okay, what else is there? You get, you have crosshatch, which isn't bad, you know, so you can just, let me plug this in over here. I think they're trying to, you know, recreate most of the stuff that you were getting at warp level in here. So that is nice. See, so you can do crosshatch and you can do staggered. You can increase the thickness a little bit. See, so you can get, you know, better patterns. Okay, let's try something. Let's combine this with multiply. Okay, so let's just reduce the thickness here. Oh, there you go. That looks nice. See, so if I reduce this, you get, you know, you can do a nice floor pattern with this. Why not? So let's just do one last thing with this because this is looking a little interesting. So let's pick up a cell 2D. Okay, and let's plug that in. But we might have to do a little bit of rotation work. Okay, hold on a second. Yeah, let's do something. Let's take both of these and take this back to 1 and 1. And, you know, this as well. So we'll just put tiling from like a single place. I'm going to have to duplicate this. I have no idea if this is going to work or not because I'm trying to do something a little silly. Okay, so the multiply is, let's try like 8 and 8. Yeah, there you go. Okay, and then let's just plug this in. And this is a cell is just gives you like squares. So it looks like that. Okay, except this should also be 8 and 8. Yeah, but we'll rotate it 45 to match it with this, so we get that. And let's do a multiply, except we'll put a range in the middle and plug that in here and plug that out. And I have no idea what this is going to look like. Okay, that is weird. Hold on, let's just increase this. Or hold on, let's not do this. Or let's do an add. What if we add these together? Oh, that's not bad. Except they're not really matching. Yeah, I have no idea how to match them, because what, go 16 by 16? No, the numbers don't match. Yeah, that's the problem. But you get an idea. Like, you can do some stuff with this. Okay, actually, you know what? Instead of a crosshatch, let's do something else. Let's not rotate this. Let's keep this to 0. And let's take, you will get a grid. So you also get a, hold on a second, materialX, procedural. Yeah, you'll get grid. Okay, and the grid will also do the same thing, except it will be, it will look like that. It will be straight. Okay, so let's plug this in and let's see what we get with this. Oh, okay, that's not bad. And what if we combine it with that? Oh, okay, I like this. Let's just, let's just get this really low. Oh, this is fancy. There you go. See, you can do interesting things with this. This is less of a tutorial now and me just doing random shit, but okay. So I can just, let's make this 8 and 8, so it'll just match perfectly with this. There you go. So now, yeah, we don't need to bring this in now. Let's just take this itself out here, because everything is square, so it'll just match. So now if I take this and rotate it, oh, there you go, perfect. So if I take the circles and I don't know, can I move this? What happens if I do a row shift? Yeah, no, this doesn't work. I want to try and get this. Oh, that's not bad, but the circle doesn't remain. We'll have to offset it separately. Like, what we'll have to do is I'll have to take an add here. Let's just bring an add just for this guy and see if we can just shift it. Oh yeah, this will work. So let's make it 0.5 and 0.5. There you go. Okay. So just the circle gets offsetted. Everything else is fine. So yeah, so you can combine and make, stuff with this, and then we can just plug this whole thing into like a normal map or something and get bump mapping and, things like that. Or let's say if I just take this and let's plug this into a range, and I won't take this guy. So like, I don't want the color variation. I just want to take, even though I can increase the color variation a bit. And if I just take this, okay, and I'll plug it in here, and let's bring that into metalness. And there you go. See, so these lines become metallic. Or I can like reverse this. So, like that becomes metallic. Oh, there you go. See, so you can do like fancy things with this. And I can just, increase the roughness a little bit. Okay, so that's that. And then let's see what else is there. Okay, as a final example, let's take a look at one of the noise maps. So what I'll do is we're going to pick up, let's pick up Voronoi noise. Does it have? Yeah, okay. So let's pick up the Voronoi noise. And what I can do is I can just take the same rotate in here and let's plug that in there. Okay, so we'll get this. But what we can do with this is, let's say if I change this to Chebyshev, I don't know how to pronounce that. And let's put a float in the middle. So what we can do is we can just take a ramp again, ramp constant, and change that to float, and let's drop that in the middle. And what I can do is I can just, you know, like compress that. See, so you'll get like, you know, like sci-fi panel patterns like this, which are pretty interesting to look at. But we can also do, you know, like fancier stuff with this. So if I just take this and I squeeze it in, see, we can get, you know, patterns like these. So if I just take maybe like one more in here, I can actually create interesting looking designs. So there you go. You know, so you can do like some interesting bit of work with this. Yeah, see. All right, so that's pretty much it. So these are all the various sort of 2D patterns and textures that are now available in materialX. There are quite a few of them, so just, you know, try them out. I'll look at other stuff that's been added, like you have like the rounded edges map and, you know, things like those. So I'll do another video that will cover those things. Okay, that's pretty much it.